Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Eli.
And Mike, and this high school football video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company. All of our Long Beach Poly coverage this year is sponsored by alums Tyson Ruffins and Wendell Wowo Moy. And all of our Wilson coverage sponsored by Bruins alum Joel Batonio.
We were treated to a game at Veterans Memorial Stadium on Friday in what will be one of the last big games ever played at this historic stadium until they tore it down after the season. And what better way to close things out than the longest standing rivalry in the city? It's the 93rd matchup between Long Beach Poly and Wilson, and this one's been dominated by the Jackrabbits for decades.
But this matchup has not carried the weight that it does today in years. Both teams entering the matchup undefeated in the Moore League with that number one spot up for grabs. And the Bruins looking to beat Poly for the first time since 1991.
We had a couple of big guys at quarterback tonight. Poly 6'3" legend Galai and 6'5" Mac Cooper for Wilson. And Poly is looking to lean on its run game that's now led by Elijah Bubba Dawson. Meanwhile, the Bruins looking to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. It's Thomas Jones, number 1, and number 6, Kyle Harris.
It's also homecoming. Got to shout out the band. Stay tuned for halftime. Lots of festivities as always anytime these two teams play, and especially when it's someone's homecoming. Poly receives the opening kickoff, and Dante Wright, the Georgia commit, is going to go left. Junior able to turn it up, get past midfield, set up good field position for Poly at the Wilson 30. That's where Galai would take over. He hits Kymir Smith in the middle of the field. That's going to be a first down into the red zone. Then he finds Zion Anderson on the bubble screen. That's going to be another Jackrabbit first down. So they're moving the ball pretty easily on the first drive.
The handoff then goes to Dawson, who's bumping, spinning, and running into the end zone on Poly's opening drive. So just how you scripted it, Mike, it's 7-0 Poly after a 3-minute opening drive.
So Wilson looking to match that explosive start. And hey, one play, if you got to have it, who do you go to?
Tom Jones. Thomas Jones slips wide open in that Poly secondary. And on Wilson's very first play of the game, it's an 80-yard touchdown. That's not bad for the averages and not bad way to start it for Jones. The 2-point conversion is no good, so Poly leads it 6-7.
Eli's happy with that. All right, on the next drive, Galahai looking down the sideline, and it's spooky season. Jaden Coley, the Coley ghost, slips down the sideline. He's open. That's a big first down gain. However, Wilson keyed in from there. Daylon Foster fostering a tackle for loss for that Bruin defense in the run game. And then when the Jackrabbits tried to pass, Bruins able to break through there as well. Jason Pimentel with the sack, and he's got the ball. Quarterback would be called down, but some subtle foreshadowing of what was to come in this game.
So Poly forces a punt, and Jaden Hernandez pins them inside the Wilson 5. And then there goes Hernandez on defense with a tackle for loss, just giving that defense some energy and giving his offense the ball back, looking to get things going. But some miscues for those Jackrabbits the next time around. This Dawson fumble hits the ground, and it's pounced on by Galai. Then this Galai fumble is not picked up by Galai. Wilson's able to jump on it and takes advantage of those Poly mistakes, so those things looming large early in this one.
For sure. Bruins looking to get a foothold to stake their claim in this game and get on top. Poly gets the ball next. It's the sophomore speedster, Buda Hunter, and it looks like he's gone for the touchdown as he hit that sideline and was a straight line runner all the way to the end zone. Lots of celebrating, but it is called back on a Poly hold. Penalty flags definitely another theme in this game and another example of a mistake by the Jackrabbits on the hold. Also credit the Wilson defense making plays when they had the opportunity. Multiple Bruins threw on this play before Jagger Kohagura gets in on the sack. And those are those moments that the Bruins need when you're trying to do something that no team at your school has done in a few years. Wilson looking to its run game on offense, but Poly minimizing the gains on those carries. So on third down, Cooper airs it out, and it would be dropped. One of a couple drive-killing drops from the Bruins receivers, so Poly gets the ball back near midfield.
The Jackrabbits go to the ground then with Buda Hunter speeding along that left sideline, flipping the field for Poly and going deep into Wilson territory, kind of the sneaky speedster as just a sophomore there for Poly. And then Poly going with that 1-2 punch on the ground with the ground game as Dawson gets it down to the 1-yard line right at the porch. So hand it off to him again. Dawson drops his shoulder and gets into the end zone for the second time tonight. It's 14-6 Poly with just a few minutes left to play in the half.
Jackrabbits would end up getting the ball back, though, with some time left because it's in and out of the receiver's hands, and it's hauled in by Armin Cognalati. Jackrabbits do get the ball with just under 2 minutes, a chance to take a 2-score lead. You can see how much that turnover meant to them. Galai airing it out, looking for it all, but that's a little bit too much. Keon Rogers with the interception for Wilson, and that would end up running out the clock on the first half.
A pivotal moment as Wilson avoids going down 2 scores. Meanwhile, it's Pauly heading into the locker room, heading into half, leading 14-6. And on this week's edition of a halftime show, we have Cheer Team. Great performance by the mini Jackrabbits and Cheer Team, one of our favorite traditions.
It's basically like the Cheer Team version of the DJ Mustard.
Mustard, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Also, another important tradition here, the international ambassadors. The Jackrabbits have been keeping going for the last 50 years. And what better way to celebrate than a warm hug from Mercedes Lewis. Shout out to the big tight end for making it out to this game. Now, Wilson is going to open up the second half with this drive, facing a 3rd and 10. Cooper finds Jamel Grigsby for 9 yards. This sets up a fake punt, not snap to the punter. They do go for it all, but Pauly will stand up. A big play by the Jackrabbit special teams. They were hyped up. Sideline looking to roll that momentum over on offense. And sure enough, that's just what they did. Lots of space on the outside for Coley. Quick bubble screen, catch and run to get them a first down right there. And then a quick toss goes to the star DB, Tay Wright. He's a turned receiver here.
Just for the moment.
As he goes a nice gain up the middle. And then it goes to the youngster again as Hunter is going to shoot it up the middle and into the end zone. Jackrabbits take a 2-score lead here at the midway point of the third quarter, 21-6.
Right when you don't want them to get comfortable. And then on the ensuing kickoff, that might not be the guy you want to kick it to. Kyle Harris, just a big play waiting to happen for Wilson. He takes it along that left sideline. He's all alone. A lot of fast players to outrun on the field, and he did just that. Harris brings the game back to a 1-score deficit as Pauly now led 21-14 after a successful 2-point conversion.
On the next drive, the Jackrabbits get the ball out to Coley, who escapes a couple tackles, and it looks like he's all alone for the touchdown, but we will save you the celebration this time. This is another one that would be coming back for the Jackrabbits, this time on a misalignment on the line of scrimmage by a Pauly receiver. Galei, though, a nice pocket, finding easy completions. This time it's the streaking Tay Wright across midfield for a nice gain, but on 4th down later in the drive, Galei can't quite drop it in to Hernandez, so it's a turnover on downs and another big missed opportunity for Pauly.
Meanwhile, the Pauly defense taking care of business. The Jackrabbits held Wilson's offense scoreless for most of the second half as Toa Tamasoa gets in on the sack for Pauly, and those Jackrabbits are able to move along on drives. Moving the ball certainly was not the issue for those Jackrabbits as Coley gets a 1st down. Dawson still getting a heavy dose of carries as he takes this one deep into Wilson territory, but on 4th down, Pauly goes deep again, and it's incomplete. No flags. Coach is looking for a flag but didn't receive it, so Wilson gets the ball back with 5:57 left to play in the game.
So, all they need is one drive. And sure enough, there's some misdirection, and it goes to Grigsby, who's going to flip the field here for Wilson. Melly Mel takes it to the Pauly 45. Wilson clearly looking to wind down the clock and either tie it up or go for the win. It's Corey Scott now with a huge carry up the middle. So again, they really got big plays on the ground. Cooper then dropping back finds Mr. Jones on the right side. Jones able to inch inside the Pauly 10. Wilson goes back to Scott on the ground as he takes it to the doorstep. Under 2 minutes to play and the clock still winding.
Then it's the great Grigsby around the left side and in for the touchdown with 1:11 remaining in this game. Wow. So Wilson comes within a point as it's 21-20, and even after an illegal substitution on the 2-point conversion, Wilson elects to go for it on the 7-yard line to take the lead. Cooper drops back and finds an open Brooklyn Vega in the end zone. Wilson takes a 22-21 lead with a minute to play, and you could just see it on the sideline. You can see it on the crowd. These Bruins can smell their first win against Pauly in decades. It's on the horizon, Mike.
And a huge decision there by Roderick Curtis, the Wilson coach, to go for 2, even after that penalty. However, great return from Buddha Hunter would set Pauly up in perfect position to get into field goal range for the win at the Wilson 42-yard line. Really just need to move the ball a little bit here with a minute left on the clock. But Galei drops back and it's stripped. Zacharias Salcedo makes the play of his life with his football career on the line. And it's going to be John Chapman who falls on it. Players running on the field. Pandemonium in the stands. It looks like Wilson is going to get to do it. They go into victory formation for the first time against Pauly since 1991, and they go on to win an instant classic in the Moore League, 22-21.
You got to applaud these teams for keeping this rivalry going, dating back to their first matchup in 1932, but this one just belonged to Wilson. And for first-year Wilson coach Roger Curtis, he has taken each one of these Moore League matchups personal, and he's delivered on each one so far. So Wilson is now 4-0 in the Moore League, but none bigger than this one. Plenty of hugs to go around after this type of performance. There's something brewing for those Bruins.
Wilson now in the driver's seat, first place in the Moore League, and they're looking to put the finishing touches on an undefeated league season with matchups against Jordan next week and Lakewood looming the week after that. More big games coming up in the Moore League. If you want coverage of those and everything else Long Beach sports, you got to keep it right here.